The country that I represent has always demonstrated the identity of human rights as being one of the pillars of the United States nationhood.
This program, the U.S. Elections and Human Rights, has two parts. One part is a seminar for students of the Bocconi University, the University of Florence, and the Lewis University and American universities here in Florence. And the second part is the electoral night, which sees a lot of experts in the room through live connections and through recorded interviews.
It has been a goal of this administration and of myself as Deputy Mayor for Youth and University to find meaningful ways for the many university students in Florence to get to know one another.
The main objective is to understand the US elections from the perspectives of human rights. Our specific focus as the Robert Kennedy Center for Justice and Human Rights is focusing on human rights within the United States and the role of the United States in promoting human rights and democracy abroad. Today, the RFK Center's core programs exemplify Robert Kennedy's belief that all individuals have the power and responsibility to make a difference, and that by working collectively, they can transform the world.
I picked the state Illinois and the word collaborate because I believe we need someone who will listen to the opinions of all and create innovative and collaborative solutions.
I choose Alaska because every time you go into an electoral period, it's like going into the wild.
If you don't put into place the tangible of democracy, which are the rules, then even the intangible of democracy can't work.
And I found out about this seminar from my history professor. She said anyone who is interested in American politics or just wanted to know a little more about the elections this year should come enroll in this seminar.
I find it an extraordinary opportunity to experience the presidential election this year.
When we look at previous crises, we see rather clearly that this crisis brought about a very deep change in consensus about economic policy goals, methods, etc.
We had a number of professors that touched upon the various aspects of these US elections, always with the eye on the human rights domain.
But on the other hand, the United States depending from China because China finances the deficit of the United States.
He stresses in this theory that a core aspect of American identity is the belief that the United States represent the highest stage of progressive development in the history of humanity.
The 35 students, they all were extremely well prepared. They all went through a selection process and they were extremely motivated in participating in this seminar. They have indeed, in this first part, extremely well debated with the professors, also challenging them, also clarifying, making statements. So it is extremely important because the mission of the RFK Training Institute is exactly on training on human rights issues for many categories of persons, but certainly focusing on university students of the age of 20, 21 to 23 is an extremely important part of our mission.
I liked it pretty much. It gave me the opportunity to focus on things that I'm currently studying in my master's degree, so it was definitely useful.
Everything is so fresh for me to understand. I mean, great seminar.
I chose the state of Washington and the word duty. The elected president, their policy on the military and the defense budget is really important to me.
I've chosen the state of South Dakota and I've written death penalty because it's one of the most important human rights issues in US foreign policies.
Something that I didn't expect, definitely, was the difference in opinion. But it was really interesting coming here and getting to hear the European viewpoint, which normally Americans, I guess, kind of assume is so similar to ours, but to see that there really is a difference.
I really like the structure, the participation and the amount of space that was given to the debate. It was very interesting to confront ourselves.
Human rights are extremely important. It's a process through which can only advance if individuals actually engage themselves in wherever they will be. Human rights are not given. They can only be fought for. Anywhere in the world depends on its citizens and its organized citizens in advancing and pushing for the advancement of human rights.
We have an obligation, not only responsibility, but a special opportunity to make a difference in the world and make a difference for this country.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. Tonight we're going to analyze key elements of the US election. Of course, only a few hours to go, and then we will meet and we will know who will be the next US president, especially focused on human rights and, of course, the projections and first results. We have a live connection with Miss Kerry Kennedy. Yes, we do.
Hi. Hi, Kerry.
Hello.
It's an extreme pleasure to have you with us here today in this very important day, of course, for the United States and, of course, for the rest of the world.
Of course, the basis of the RFK Center is one person can make a difference, and all of us working together can create change that will bring down the mighty walls of oppression and resistance. And that's what the RFK Training Center is all about.
I wanted to ask you about Mitt Romney's campaign rhetoric. Do you think that when he's president, his ideology and his policies will be more liberal or more conservative from the rhetoric he's been using on this campaign?
What you thought about the ways in which the Conservative Party has had concerted efforts towards voter suppression in certain swing states, particularly against minority groups like Latinos and African Americans.
That's what I was talking about, the difference between Romney and Obama image of America. Of course, they are talking about two different Americas and so about, I suppose, two different American dreams.
So actually my vision of the American dream is that everyone has equal opportunity to exercise their civil and social rights.
I believe that the American dream is an ever-evolving and ever-changing.
Ohio, which is one of the swing states, perhaps the most important with Florida swing state. Obama, 50%, Romney, 47%. Nationally speaking, Obama is slightly leading.
Allora, direi che il nuovo presidente degli Stati Uniti è l'attuale presidente Obama.
Lo diamo già per certo?
Un applauso.
Facciamo un applauso.
We were very happy to have you here, and especially, of course, to have the students. I hope they have received some answers, but clearly other questions have probably been raised, not only who will be the next president of the United States. Thank you so much again for all the person that worked so hard.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you.